Hello, how are you? It's me, Jean. It's been a few weeks since I've been live. So we're going to do a series. I was thinking about what would be the most beneficial thing that we could be talking about. And I believe exploring the difference or the similarities between procrastination and motivation would be really quite interesting, right? We're going to use the brain-based method, of course, because as you all know that I am a certified master neurocoach as well as a certified master learning strategist, right? I'm Jean Harville, and I am the founder of helping kids with reading, as well as helping kids with learning, as well as raising motivated learners, and the new program, Empowered Moms Experience. So we cover, excuse me, this information in all these different areas. So let's just kind of get into it a little bit, okay? Because it's really interesting. When I was reading up on procrastination and motivation, they are kind of similar, and so it's kind of interesting to figure this out. Let's start out with procrastination isn't about laziness. Do you feel like sometimes that when you have something you need to do or get to do it, or you find yourself doing everything else under the sun, and you feel like, gosh, I was lazy today, I didn't do anything, but actually you did do something, didn't you? And it's what this mainly about is emotion regulation. Have you ever thought of it that way? Emotional regulation, what's the emotion behind procrastinating? What's the emotion behind doing what it is you are to be doing? What's the difference there, right? So have you, maybe you've experienced boredom, anxiety, frustration, resentment, self-doubt, and other negative feelings, right? And sometimes the thing that we are supposed to be doing brings up all those feels. So of course our brain's like, we don't want to go there. No, let's find something else that's more fun, more ready, that more exciting to do than clean that bathroom that I've cleaned 100 million times, but it seems to be dirty a lot. Or redo that paper that I need to do, redo my notes and reorganize them, that I didn't take very good notes. Maybe this is your teen that's speaking. So as humans, it doesn't matter if we're adults or if we are kids, we hit up upon this procrastination thing that happens. And so what happens is that we see, that the thing we are supposed to be doing is bringing up our limiting beliefs. Like, for instance, I'm not a good writer. I doubt that I could do this. I'm probably going to make a bad grade. Or that bathroom's going to get dirty again over and over again, so why do I need to keep cleaning it when I've already done it, been there, not excited about doing it again? Or you might think maybe my family members are not respecting that I actually clean, clean the house, and yet they come in and throw things around, toss them down, and it makes me feel, like I'm worthless. Like what I do doesn't matter around here. I'm just a maid, I'm not mom, I'm just a maid. And so those feelings of unworthiness creep in when the duties that not the duties or the tasks, I call them duties because they're must-haves, they creep in, and those negative beliefs about who we are, how we're respected as a person, as our role as mom, creep in, and it makes us not want to do that thing again over and over. We'd rather go do something fun, like let's go shopping online and find a new dress for that event that's coming up, right? Maybe even your teens are doing the same thing. We have homecoming coming up. Maybe your teen would like to find a new suit or a new dress or something. That's a lot more fun. And guess what? We don't have to deal with those negative thoughts, but we also still are creating that feel-good neurochemical, which is called dopamine, all right? Dopamine is created in the brain when we are accomplished. We feel like we've done something. We're having fun. And guess what? Dopamine is addicting. our brain wants to have more and more and more dopamine. It doesn't matter what we do to create that dopamine. And so it keeps wanting, it doesn't matter to your brain if you do the thing that is fun or the thing that you had set out to do. The brain doesn't matter, doesn't care. But completion and excitement in it is that dopamine hit that we get. It's very addicting. It's hard to believe that, right? But our brain will find, even if it's a negative thing that the brain wants you to do, that doesn't accomplish what it is that you set out to do, it doesn't matter to the brain. It just wants the dopamine hit. It wants that feel-good chemical. So when we look at our kids and we keep thinking like, oh, they're procrastinating, they're not getting their assignments done. But what's happening in the brain is whatever they are doing that looks like procrastination to us is actually feeding that dopamine hit that they are wanting, that the brain wants. And so the brain's going to lead you to where that dopamine, wherever that hit's going to be. So I was really, when I was reading about this, I'm like, wow, it's almost like an addiction, that our brain wants that dopamine. And so, but we know that when we are to task, when we're tasked to do the hard things that we don't feel worthy or good at doing, that brings up those negative thoughts. It brings up the limiting beliefs that we have. So what is it that we need to do or get to do in order to get to be motivated to want to do what it is that we're doing? So it's really, it's really a sense of, what procrastination is controlling the negative emotions that we have. It's a way that we can side skirt some of the emotions that we're feeling, and we're not feeling good enough, whatever, So the question becomes, how do we stop procrastination, that procrastination cycle? Or the better question is, how do we deal with the emotions of procrastination? And an even better question is, can we find another source of dopamine? Can we get our dopamine from another source? And we actually can. So the next few weeks, next week and the next week, we're going to cover some other ways that we can give our brain that dopamine hit and still come at it from a motivation more, a positive way of looking, and how we can tackle those negative limiting beliefs that we deal with on the day-to-day basis. All right? So I'll see you next week. Bye. Leave in the comments down below your thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts on procrastination, motivation. What gets the way of your motivation? What stops you? And what do you procrastinate doing that's more fun than what it is that you need to or get to complete? All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.